Hi, it's Dave from Wing Chun Mind Force. This second episode of the Yi series, I'm going to talk about demonstrate how to put Yi in your body, how it works. In that first episode I talked about how our Nim Dao, that rear brain, the mind of the body, the subconscious mind, the now present heart mind, as it's translated out of the Chinese, it creates a mind map of the body. And Yi, the intent, it's basically like a mind finger that touches the part of the body that you want to touch, so as you can affect somebody else or something else. It can be used to touch another body, or it can be used to touch somewhere in a body, not necessarily at the point of contact. It can also be used to go into a weapon, such as the knives or the dummy, and that'll be the next video I make. With the dummy, it's a big part of the training where you're aiming to connect the center of your body and mass to the center and mass of the dummy, which represents another person, weighs around about the same as another person, and it's that Yi connection. It's your Yi that touches the inside of the dummy, and then your Nim Dao, your subconscious mind, produces the force in conjunction with your conscious mind, telling it what you want to do. Then the Yi translates, as it were, and reaches out and touches, and then the Nim Dao produces the power, the Nimlik. Alright, so I'll just demonstrate, and then I'll just tell you one more saying to help keep you honest. I'll just get my lovely assistant to come up, my son Geordie. So this is a good one for you to start off with. Just stand as you do in Sil Nim Dao, and remember this part of the form. Okay, that's I find that a good one to start off with, to get this feeling, because your conscious mind feels a bit safer with this, because you've got the body sort of behind it, you're standing. So Geordie's going to resist me here. Right, so I'll try to use muscle, and really I can't, I'm just sort of stuck there. So now he's giving me the same resistance. I just relax and I sing, fill up my spine. Now my Yi comes to the skin of my hands. That's all I want to think about. Not think about my elbow, not think about my shoulder, not think about anything else. And then I just move that. Just again. So he's trying hard, then I just, you can feel the force of that. So I'm basically putting my mind, I'm putting my Yi into the skin of my hand and the tips of my fingers, and then my concentration, my Yi just keeps there. That's it. So that feels really hard, and then I just go like that. Now another one, he's just going to resist. This is harder to do because it feels like you've got less. So if I try to just push down, I can feel he's strong. I can't do it. Now if I relax, I could put my Yi into my fingertips, or I could put it onto that point there, and then I just move that down. Try a bit harder. So the essential thing is the state of Sung, softness, relaxed, and don't change, don't start using the muscle, just like that. Well done. One more. Tan Sao to Bong Sao, something we do constantly in Chi Sao. Now, just come around this way a little bit. No, not on the camera, that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go up like that. So I want you to resist me as I move. Now this one can really hurt you if you do it wrong, so be careful with this. If you just use muscle and try to muscle this up, it puts a lot of strain on your shoulder. But if you just relax and empty out, give us a bit more. Yeah, so I can feel that spot there. So what I want to do is, rather than think about anything particular, I just feel as if something's on that spot, and then maybe use both arms to resist. Okay, so if I try to lift, very difficult. If I just put my mind in where he's touching me, he just can't stop me. Bit harder.
No,
Hey?
a bit of an awkward position.
Well, just use your arm there. I just want sort of weight and mass coming at me, so I've got something to resist. Okay, so one of the things that I do is I imagine there's a sort of a bird, like an eagle or something, gripping my arm, but it's a light bird. So instead of having to lift something heavy, I just sort of move that. Just let me do it. You got to try and stop me. Push hard. That's it. Yeah. Through and through the light. Thanks, mate. Okay, so as I said in one of my previous videos, I've got a big English soldier in mind. I've got a couple of friends who are reasonable sized guys, but it's good to train light at first with this, but gradually, like you do in weight training. But it's not weight training, okay? It's not about developing bigger muscle. It's develop a stronger yi muscle, you might say, stronger intent, stronger concentration. It's good to ramp it up as you get better and more focused. Now, I've been doing Wing Chun for many years, so you know, I still have to constantly train and keep on the ball, but don't rush yourself with this stuff. I'm just going to leave you with one thought. I'll just actually elaborate a bit more on what I was saying before. You mightn't have understood, but in Tai Chi, which I've never studied, but I've read a few interesting introductory books about Tai Chi. There's a thing where they imagine they've got a bird on the arm, and they like strike the tail of the bird and set it free and let it fly like this. When I read that, I thought that's exactly what we do in Wing Chun. It's basically tricking your subconscious mind to imagine something light, and you're just stroking it. And when you know how to do it properly, you can have tremendous force and weight on there, but if you just imagine you've got this light thing on there and you're just moving, it becomes light. And what I first really tried this out with my my friend Richard Antonini when he was teaching me the dummy, I think. He started testing my chum Q or my Bill G, but you know, he's as big as me, and he was putting a lot of weight and force, and it actually really hurt on the bone of my arm. And I did it, and he said, "Oh, that was really good. What did you do?" And I said, "Well, I actually concentrated on the pain, but I imagined that there was like an eagle. It was really strong, gripping me really hard and tight, but the thing didn't weigh much. So I sort of moved the pain. And really, this is when I was first discovering about yi. That's pretty much what it is. The pain was helping me really locate that part of me in space and just move that. When you're a beginner, your teachers should say, don't directly oppose force. It's just trying to stop people from fighting muscle with muscle. But in that characteristic Taoist, you know, yin and yang sort of way, you can actually do that when you know how to do it right. You put your mind into points and you directly move the force. You find the force and you directly overcome it, move it, whatever. I just want to leave you with a great thought that Sifu Tony Blinker said to me in a seminar once, and he said to everybody, he said, you don't need to know how the computer works to operate it. And he was talking about the idea that, you know, you can try to think through every joint and movement and shapes and all sorts of things in Wing Chun, but in a way, you know, we can get caught up with trying to think too much about how it all works, think too much about the spine, think too much about the shapes and the movements and expanding joints and all these sort of things. There's a point where if you can just sung, fong sung, you know, just empty and stop trying, and just trust that it works and use this yi to connect to points in yourself and others and just move that, the subconscious mind will find the way. Now, the caveat on that is that we all start out like little babies with training wheels, you know. It takes time to develop strong yi. It takes time to develop this mind map. Silnim Dao, the quiet practice of Silnim Dao, is doing that. It mightn't seem like much, but what you're doing is you're developing channels of mind. You're developing this mind map, and you're also developing your subconscious mind. Your Nim Tao's finding the ways to overcome, to produce force, to fill up with force, and to overcome others in these certain movements. And you'll find that as you progress, you'll be good at certain ones and not so good at others. You know, like this one always stymied all of us when we started out. I've become really good at that one, and maybe it's because I was always really crap at it, and I'd get stuck and be trying too hard, and I just feel so awkward trying to, somebody really stopping me there trying to go like that. But eventually I just stopped trying, and I used yi. I just put my mind in my hand. I just thought, I'm just going to pat a dog on the head, you know, I'm just going to, like that. And I found it worked, and it gives you confidence, and you build up the strength of your yi. Alright, so I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends about my channel. You know, let people know, you know, share my stuff on Facebook and Instagram, whatever you can think of. TikTok, I don't know. But yeah, share it. I'd like to get the word out there, and I'm already thrilled with the conversations I've been having with people who watch this channel, and yeah, I appreciate you coming. Bye.